everybody. Welcome back. If you are new here, welcome back to the Trevor May Baseball YouTube channel / Twitch. Twitch has already been here, but you guys are here now. A lot of fun still to come. If you missed out on the first hour of the show, you can go rewatch it over on Foul Territory. We had Scott Braun come on and talk about all the young guys signing their extensions. We did a breakdown of Cal Tucker. We talked about Jesse Chavez and how insanely, crazily good he is with the Braves and not so good with everyone else. It's a good listen, good watch. It'll also be on the pods and stuff too, so if you want to do that later, you can. Great. Today's show is sponsored by FanDuel Sports Network. A lot of you may know about the recent acquisition they had of Bally, and so now lots of baseball games are going to be carried on the FanDuel Sports Network, and now you can now stream the MLB games through the FanDuel Sports Network and use the promo code BASEBALL30. You can start off with a 30-day extended free trial at FanDuelSportsNetwork.com/packages. That is FanDuelNetwork.com/packages. Baseball30. You can get a 30-day free trial, and you get to watch all the games, all you want. And I believe 27 of the 30 teams no longer have local blockouts if you use the app. All right. If you were wondering, you can use this thing right here, this little QR code. If you got like an iPad around or something, or you can just look at this thing. There's a bigger one for you. The Atlanta Braves, Detroit Tigers, Kansas City Royals, Los Angeles Angels, Miami Marlins, Milwaukee Brewers, Los Cardinals, Tampa Bay Rays, and Cincinnati Reds. All teams that are carried on the FanDuel Sports Network. Thank you, FanDuel Sports Network, for sponsoring today's show. All right. We're going to get into a little bit of Internet Says. Okay. So I came up with I have a little bit of an adjustment I'm making here on the show. The second hour, guys, anyone who is new to the show since January knows this is the show, all the green screen and all that crap. But before, this was kind of just a Twitch show where I would just sit there with my computer and we would just like shoot the breeze and look stuff up. And so hour one of this show is going to be the scripted side, more scripted side. And hour two is going to be the more like internet, Reddit-y, fun side, answering questions. So if you have questions, fire them off in the chat. If I don't get to them immediately, we are going to have a period of time towards the end of the show where I'm just gonna blow through questions. So hang out. Your question will get answered. We got David. He is in the chat right now. He's watching intently, and if he sees some good stuff, he's going to put it in the queue, and we will get it in front of me in the near future. Which, in that same spirit, on my Instagram, anyone who follows me on Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram, you know I have a community called Mayday, Baseball is Alive, okay? It is one of those like group DMs, and I asked a question, give me your most unhinged baseball opinion. I asked 3,100 people to give me their most unhinged baseball opinion. As you can see, we got 100 replies, and I picked my 20 favorites. We're going to talk about them because there's just some good stuff here. I just got to get into it. All right. These are the 20 most unhinged baseball opinions from my community of baseball. All right. The ghost runner on second base in extra innings is the worst rule in sports. I don't know if it's the worst rule in sports. I think I think it's behind at least extra time in football / soccer that literally makes no sense. It's just an amount of time that nobody knows. Come on. How is that a real thing? Also, the whole yellow card, then red card, you're just ejected. That's a little harsh as well. So I think those things are just overkill. But I will say, runner in second, at least it's an unearned run for the reliever. And at least the game's over. You know what I mean? So I don't know. What do you guys think? What's a different rule? Let me know in the comments. You also said the relief pitcher is the hardest position. Based. No notes. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. We should bring back spider tack, but pitchers have to wear it as eye black or face paint. So we get to put goo all over our face so you can see it. I like this idea. It's almost like disclosure. It's transparency at the end of the day. You want us, you just want to know who's using it and who isn't. Isn't that so hard to ask? Though you will have to kind of probably put tape remover on your face at the end of the day. It might be worth it. Grip the ball. I don't know if anyone saw the Dodgers versus Phillies last night, but they could have used some spider tack. So it was tough. It was tough to grip the ball. But I mean, add a caveat where we have to like wear a sign that says "I'm a cheater" or something. Just shame us. I'll use it. I believe Matt Strom said the same thing. He's like, just give us what's on the batter's box. Just give us what's in the on deck circle, and we'll all be on an even playing field here. This is in reply to the torpedo bats. I think it's fine. I like this. I think it's a great idea. There should be regulations for worst team in the majors, promotions to the best team in AAA, aka regulation or relegation. And we already have two of the 30 teams playing in minor league parks, so we can't use that as an excuse anymore. Should we have relegation? If there was not an antitrust exemption, maybe. But unfortunately, that'll never happen because of money. We need to guarantee that markets are going to make the league money because who are we kidding? Is it really about competition? The only reason we want good competition is because it makes more money. Like, it's always going to be about that. Look around. Look what country we're in. Like, it's always going to be about that. Well, for the love of the game or for competitive integrity, that will never hop ability to make money ever in the priorities list. It's over. Game over. That will come first every time. And I guess that's what it is. But at least guys like Vlad get $500 million. So, moving on. I like this one. I don't like this one. We need a salary cap. We need a salary cap. I mean, it's horrible that the Dodgers get whoever they want and they won't share. Okay, so first of all, love the tone here. Love the tone. Second up, that doesn't solve that problem the way that you think it is. It's an oversimplification. It's an oversimplification of the forces at work, kind of like tariffs. Same thing. It's being oversimplified, saying that if we just cap the amount of money, then the good teams will only spend that much, and then everyone else can also spend that much. And in reality, with a cap, will definitely come a floor, and the teams that don't spend any money still won't spend any money, and the teams that do spend money will spend less. There will be less parity. The Dodgers will actually be better if there's a salary cap, just like every other sport. Because once you get salary caps, it gives you more opportunity to work and get, like, it's cheaper to afford more good players. Does that make sense? Like the Mets having to sign one player to a $750 million contract makes it so they can't sign all the best players. The Dodgers have a lot of good players. They don't have all of the best players. What that would look like is they would have Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, Ronald Acuna Jr., Ozzie Albies. Like, throw like 5 more good players in there, and you're like, oh, wait, shit. Yeah, and the floor solves nothing. AKA, we all know how Dick Monfort said it himself. Floor solves nothing. It'd be they would struggle to get to the floor. I'm like, then what's the point? It's the same thing, except for you guys just generally spend less money. That's the only benefit. So I don't agree with that one. Moving on. This is a hot take. I gotta be honest. Chase Dondalski says Justin Verlander is better and is more influential than Nolan Ryan. Thoughts? Chat, I'm gonna let you guys get into this one. That, in my opinion, that actually hurts my heart because I grew up idolizing Nolan Ryan. Just throw as hard as you can. That's what I was told. Just throw as hard as you can. And I said, yes, sir, may I have another? But in terms of effect on the game, I mean, you could make the case. I think Verlander has, first of all, he's a Hall of Famer. hands down. He is one of the best strikeout pitchers of all time, hands down. Better, he might have been better, more influential, absolutely not. Though there is a level of influence on the analytics side and the pitch. He is biomechanically, he is kind of the poster boy for a lot of the evidence around sequencing and posting on your front leg and all that stuff. That's all Justin Verlander. So that's happening behind the scenes, so that's not hype related. But I still think Nolan Ryan, just what he means to this game and the true power pitcher, he was the first guy that was just like a bloody nosed power guy, gonna blow your doors off. But I think maybe he was better, but definitely not more influential. I think you guys are right on top of it there. He also is never going to have his strikeout record broken or his walk record broken just because no one's going to throw that many innings ever again. It's never going to happen. Another one here from Minion. The Dodgers are going to be good for the Verhouse, but get destroyed in the second half. Okay, bro. That's called, I believe, let me check the dictionary real quick. That's called wishful thinking. I don't think so. Man, I don't know about that one, Chief. This one's from Tyler. Pitch clock should definitely be only 8 seconds. What are you on, sir? You need help. 8 seconds? We're gonna have just guys puking out there, just like I gotta throw a pitch. No. We have Safeco. Joe says no pitch clock. I want to go to the park for 3 hours. I saw a great video recently that was explaining that baseball is actually supposed to be a slow game. It's like going to dinner. You're supposed to go and kind of half pay attention for most of it, and then be rapidly capture your rapturous attention when things are getting spicy, right? You're supposed to go and hang out with your friends. You're supposed to go and hang out with your. It's like going to it's like having a picnic and having a ball game in front of you. Like that's the type of thing it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be engaged the whole time. That's why going and getting concessions takes 3 innings. It's part of the experience. In France, they have dinner for 4 hours and just hang out with their people. We don't connect as human beings very well here. We don't. We're all just like, hey, I got to go make some TikToks or I won't be able to eat. But this video made a great point, and his overarching conclusion was, we speed things up. Our lives are built around productivity and just go. We got stuff to do tomorrow. We got to get up. We got to get up and we got to go do something tomorrow. So we got to be home by 9. And I understand you got to go to work, and I understand these things happen. Like, of course they do. But like, can we stop trying to jam things into these little windows we have in our lives? And he basically is like, baseball games are hard to go to because our lives are shit. That's basically why. And I was like, I mean, true. So the pitch clock, though I think is a resounding success. Yeah, I said it. Hey, you know what? I'm going to do something crazy right now. Rob Manfred, pitch clock was a good idea. I was wrong. You were right. That said, 8 seconds is insane. So stupid. Moving on. Bring back steroids. This one from Evan. Evan says, bring back steroids. Why not? It sure is exciting. Maybe we'll see someone hit 95 homers in 1 year. Wouldn't that be cool? No? All right. This one's from Jackson. Old school managers do nothing but hurt player development. I don't think that's 100% true, but you do hear a lot of stories. Stubborn old school managers do. Stubborn old school managers that refuse to learn, they hurt player development. I agree with that. I think that, and there is a level of the guys who are like, just be tough. Like those guys, they're overall a net negative for the league, but there isn't very many of those, if any at all, left. Because rub some dirt on it and just go out and, yeah, I know you were out drinking until 2 a.m. Just, go take your medication and you'll be fine. And for the day game in the morning, those days are over. It's not the 80s and 90s, right? You can't just throw fastballs down and away and be okay. Now I understand if guy can't throw a fastball down the way, you should maybe start there and then expand. But just pepper and sinkers down is not a way to get people out. Just the same way as just put the ball in play isn't necessarily a way to score runs or be productive or be a good hitter. It's more complicated than that. And we need people who are able to think and make complicated things simple. And old school, the traditional old school, don't overthink things mentality is working less and less and less as we go on. This one was pretty funny because they were back to back. We have the Giants are the most underrated team in baseball, followed directly by Willie Adames is overrated. Which one is it? Maybe it's both. Actually, they are mutually exclusive. I mean, Willie can be overrated while the Giants can be underrated, but he was their big sign. So I just thought it was funny. I would love to know your guys' comments or your thoughts on this one, because obviously the Giants are 8-1. I think they are underrated. I think we're seeing they're a team that's scrappy. They just had to put things together a little bit, and I think Willie Adames can be part of that scrappiness. I think he's scrappy. So to answer both of them, yes and no. Is Willie like one of those guys who should have, be a $200 million guy? I don't think so. I don't. Though he did take me deep. He's got a couple hits off me, I will say. I do think he's just a little bit more streaky. He's not like quite the complete player that some other shortstops are. But like he's worth close to that. I think maybe he's a little bit over, but like it's nominal. So I think that's not really fair to him. But I think his hit tool was streaky as it was, and he's in a park where it's hard to hit. So maybe. Torpedo bats should be illegal from in the running. Torpedo bats should be illegal. I disagree. Torpedo bats are just bats with the barrel in a slightly different place. They're the same thing. This has always existed. Adjusting bats, it's just a different way to adjust a bat, and it just so happened to produce 9 home runs in the game that we all became aware of it. That's all that happened. Okay? Relax. There should be more off days and healthier players. Yes. Currently, guys, Major League Baseball players play 162 games in 183 days. So just if you're at home doing math, that's one off day you play 8 games, you get one off day. 8 games, one off day on average. This includes the All-Star break. So it's more like 10 games on average for every off day. That's at the park from 1 to 10 every day. And then you get one day where you're not. Many of which are flights. Many of which are travel days. I hated teams that traveled on off days. I hated them so much. Hated it. So yes, I think that we could shave 10 games off and just keep the season the exact same length, and so many injuries would be avoided. It'd be crazy. Just like go 152, but money. It'll never happen. But that 10 more off days a year would be insane for health. It'd be insane. It would be crazy. It'd be crazy. So I'm on board for that one. We will see a female pitcher within the next 20 years. This one's from Snow Catering. So 2 things on this. 1, I hope so. And I hope she's a stud. Like I hope not only is there a woman that plays in Major League Baseball, but I hope she is just throws flames or like invented a new pitch or something. I hope it's just like a crazy whirlwind of those situations. But I will say it's just like football, and there's a reason there's 2 different. I know this is not the best. I hate talking about the subject and being all slow about it, but you got to talk about it. There is physical differences between the majority of people. But baseball, I think, is the one that maybe negates that stuff more than most. But if it will be a pitcher, the best chance is a pitcher, because generating the force to hit a baseball is very strength related, but pitching isn't necessarily strength related. Flexibility and like kinetic chain have a lot more to do with it. So I think there is a path. Now, are we talking about a woman coming and throwing 100? Probably not. But there are women out there that can throw high 80s, low 90s, 100%, 100%, 100%. But different sports are different, right? It's like it would be like maybe like college wrestling, for example, that's directly strength related. There is a strength discrepancy. I don't think anyone can deny that. Generally, just on average, a big strength discrepancy. So if it's strength on strength, if that's a big part of the sport, you're just not gonna see a lot of parity and parallel there. But at baseball, pitching specifically, maybe there's enough parity to where it could happen. That's all I'm saying. And I don't know. It'd be something we've never seen before. Who doesn't want to see that? Okay. Moving on to the next one. There's something different about the baseballs this year. Oh, what? What? Are you insinuating the baseballs are different? What? Be careful. Be careful, sir. Oh, what year is it? That's all I'm saying. Are the balls juice? Oh. Yeah, maybe. There's a lot of homers happening. Who knows? Ball's been changed like 6 times, so. I don't know. I don't work there anymore. All right. Anthony Volpe can go down as the greatest shortstop ever if he reaches the full potential. 40-40s, 300 average, GG defense. Yeah. He's very good, but like, no. I've seen nothing that indicates he could be the greatest shortstop of all time. Not a single thing. He's good. He's good, and he could be very, very good. He could be a star. He could be a recurring all-star. But he's probably never going to be the best shortstop in the league that he's in, ever. Probably. He's pretty good. But I don't know about ever. I gotta say one thing. It's sticking in my. I just gotta say it. That was spoken by a true Yankees fan right there. That was as Yankees fan as I've ever seen anything. But I like that you like him. And you know what? It'd be great to be wrong. All right. Last couple here. Nolan says Barry Bonds should not be in the Hall of Fame. What do you guys think? Should he be in the Hall of Fame or should he not be in the Hall of Fame? Are we going to let them all in or are we going to let none of them in? The one thing with Barry, and that struck me and that I don't like, is the lack of accountability. The denial and all this kind of stuff, and lack of accountability and the lack of like, hey man, I messed up and that never happened. Still to this day, still hasn't happened, and that's a big part of me. Growth is important. That's a big reason why Pete Rose was still never let back in or absolved or at least pardoned for his. I mean, he got pardoned by the president, but he wasn't pardoned by baseball and put in the Hall of Fame because they were like, hey, you still bad in baseball? He's like, yep. Okay. So you haven't changed at all? Then we're not going to, what? So. A lack of accountability across the entire generation, though, right? Yeah. But like the same guys who are also not accountable are not in the Hall of Fame either. Mark Guire, Roger Clemens. Like these guys are also in the same boat. Like they're also not in. So, like, I think they shouldn't be in either, unless they admit. Oh, well, did Mark Guire eventually admit it? I think he did. I don't remember. But like, A-Rod got caught. He admitted it. Manny admitted it. Chad Allen, the first name on the Mitchell report, was like, yeah, yes, I did. And I'm sorry, but I had to do what I had to do to get in big leagues. I was like, I love you still, man. I'm sorry. I wish you didn't do it, but so I don't know. It's more of like it almost feels like it's insulting your intelligence. Like, dude, we know. Can you just can we move on? And when they will not do it, it's just there's too much ego involved. And when there's too much ego involved, I have a tough time throwing a bone. Does that make sense? I'm like, well, it's going to stay the way it is. So that's the way I feel about it. So I don't really care about who's in the Hall of Fame and who's not, because it's at the end of the day, it's a record of our game, and it is a club. It's just not that important. Maybe I do that because I was nowhere close to getting it. All right, we all know. Dane says we all know it was out. Why can't we go back and correct the books? Give Galarraga his perfect game already. I mean, at the end of the day, like the cool thing about getting a perfect game is feeling it that day. It doesn't really do anything after the fact. Like he knows he got a perfect game. Everyone knows. So like saying it was a perfect game or not, like it's not like it's in front of our face that it's not all the time. You have to go look for it. So like it doesn't really do anything at this point. It's just over, kind of, right? But he is a perfect game. He should be in the list of guys with perfect games though. Maybe that's what you're talking about. All right, we only have a couple more here. I think $700 million contracts are completely unnecessary and ruin the market. Maybe, because I think. That's actually, this was before Vladdy signed his. Now Vladdy got $500 million, which is an overpay. It's an overpay, but like they had to give it to him because of the markets. So like, I like it though, because he's a player and he got his money. He got lots of money, and teams had to pay it. But like now Kyle Tucker's going to benefit. And now there's going to be because of the Soto signing. Honestly, the Ohtani thing didn't change things much. Actually, I lied. Ohtani set up Soto. So like, yeah, never mind. Yeah, I think maybe some dominoes fell. But again, it's not really making teams less competitive. So you can't really make that case. If you get to first, but this is our final one from Cade. If you get to first before an infield pop-up is caught, you're safe. I love this. If the ball's in the, honestly, let's just say for anywhere. If the ball's hit, maybe if it's an infield fly, you get to first, you're safe. And if you can get to second by the time a ball is caught in the outfield, you're safe. Interesting? No? Okay, I thought you might think it was interesting. All right, those were 20 of the most unhinged takes from the internet. If you want to participate in some of these things in the future, make sure you go to my Instagram, Trev May. It's been at the top the whole time, but that is Trev May 65 on Instagram, and join my community. That is Mayday. Baseball is a live community. There's 3,000 plus other people in there. We have a good time. I ask lots of questions. I post some fun stuff. We have a good time. And I'm going to start going live in there more. So go join it. It's a good time. Enjoy it. Or Discord. Discord works too. Cool. All right. Before we get into our nastiest pitches of the week, because there was a lot of good ones, and then we get into our questions. We're going to do questions right after nastiest pitch of the week. I did get a question that was in Discord that I thought was really interesting. Actually, it meant a lot to me, and it's really important that I answer this. So this question: do MLB pitchers still believe in long distance endurance running? When I played high school ball, our coach had us run poles constantly. What are your thoughts on running conditioning for pitchers, starting pitchers and relievers? I think starting pitchers should condition more post running, because there is a level of they need to be able to pitch for an hour and a half or 2 hours. Like that is an endurance thing, right? Relievers are sprinters. And if you do anything but sprint, you're stupid, and I hate it. Or you can be like me and hate running completely. I never ran. I didn't run for my last 3 years of my career at all. Zero running, none. What I did was throw a lot. So my catch play was always like 30% longer than everyone else's. I made sure I got my heart rate up during catch play and in the weight room and on the bike. I had a back injury in 2016. Running always used to aggravate it. I get in these weird like twisty patterns, and then I have to undo them, and it would really affect me out on the mound. And the only thing that matters is what you do out on the mound. So I hate running. I think no one should run. I think you should have a purpose for running. If you need to run because you need to stay in shape at a high level of shape, then do it. If you don't see a lot of value of it, don't do it. Me myself, stupid, and I hated it. So there's that. Good question. Thank you so much for that. All right. That concludes our sponsored segment also. So let's get in to a little bit of some nastiest pitches. What do y'all say?
Nastiest pitches of the week.
These pitches are the nastiest pitches. All right. We got 11 pitches for you today, many of which are tough. So make sure you have your Pepto and your Tums around just in case you get some bubbles in your guts, because these are gross. Cole Reagans. Slide ball. Sword. Sal Frelick. Go sit in the dugout. Thank you for playing, sir. That is your honorable mention. Solid pitch for my 2025 Cy Young favorite. Let's see what number 10 is.
10.
Nick Lodolo makes his first appearance on the Nastiest Pitches list. Believe this is a change piece. Let's see what he's got. Checks the runner, and no, that's a slide ball, and that's a sword. Sword. Christian Yelich, 2 Brewers, sorting in our first 2 picks. Nice pitch out of Lodolo on the slider down away, but not as good as our number 9 pick.
9.
Corbin Burns, curveball. Luis Garcia, we'll see your bat. Night-night. Throws it into the dugout. Never want to see that. Hopefully everyone's okay. But you do want to see it if you are the pitcher. Pretty good, but not as good as 8.
8.
Ooh, baby. Sean Newcomb, my ex-teammate with the A's in 2023. Speaking of bow bucklers, down in Logan O'Hoppe, sit in the truck. Sean Newcomb, nice little pitch. Nice little tight pants. Tight pants, little sock showing. I don't know. Good vibe here. Just generally good vibe. Looks great in the uni, that guy. Looks great in the uni. Number 7.
7.
Tanner Houck, I bet you it's a sweeper. Oh! Louis Urias, like, I knew it. I knew that's what was coming. Didn't matter. Pitch was too good.
6.
Number 6, Dustin May, my guy, throwing hit for an emotional day. Austin Riley still going through it. He's my dark horse for an MVP. It's not going so good for them, him and the Braves right now. But real quick, Dustin May, he's back. Esophagus is fixed, and so is the strut. He struts around. I love it. I love it out of him. Let's get to the top 5, though, real quick, huh?
5.
McCaughan. I don't know how to say that name. But a rookie with the Twins, little sink piece, little slide piece. Let's see it again. It's a tough name, okay? Nice little sweet piece there. Really nice against Chas McCormick. And then freezes Altuve down and away with the sinker. Oh, that's a thing of beauty. Ugh, injects it in my veins. Number 4.
4.
Big drip, Tylor McGill, double curveball on a Tuesday. It's actually Sunday, but you get it. Woo! Andre Jimenez. He's like, yeah, that's pretty good. That was pretty good. Okay, all right. Yeah, I'll go think about what I did. Couple of curveballs there. He's been big for them. Great outing for him that day. Dude, him and Griffin Canning. Who would have thought? You know what I mean? Who'd have thought? Number 3, top 3. These are good. These are good, guys. Get your popcorn.
3.
Two from Justin Lawrence. This guy, just for context, had a 7 in Colorado last year after being the closer of the year before. Look at this sweeper. What about this one? Oh, my God. 97-mile sinker. Can't even catch it, Joey Bart. Joey Bart gets handcuffed by a knuckleball at 97. Justin Lawrence is filthy. Oh, my God. Extend that guy.
2.
We have a gentleman, Mr. Smith. This is his first strikeout as a major league pitcher. and he's got the mock turtle, the old body condom undershirt on. Sorry, that's a Phil Hughes term. I won't say it again. Watch this thing. This is a power changeup. Oh my God. Pretty good. I want to see it one more time. Let's see it one more time. Pretty good start. Yet. Now you see me, now you don't. That's really good. But is it the best? No, this is the best.
1.
Justin Martinez. Nathan Lowe. Sorry, Nathaniel. Nathaniel Lowe. Pretty good. Pretty good little split there. Extend him. Extend him. All right. Those were your nastiest pitches of the week. Guys, if you want to give me the nastiest pitches ever again, we're not always going to do a top 10, by the way. We're going to do some weeks where we just go watch them all from the Discord. A lot of those came from the Discord, so keep giving me all your best pitches in the nastiest pitches channel in the Discord, please. I love that the community is linking those over, and I saw a bunch of those live too. So those are my top 10 nastiest pitches of the week. All right, we have a few more things to cover before I let you go. I have your isn't that interesting? Nastiest. Isn't that interesting? I got your fact of the week, your cool fact of the week. That is Shohei Ohtani. This is your crazy fact of the week, courtesy of Henry. Henry, the editor. He did our last video on YouTube too, so give him some love there. All right, crazy fact of the week. Nobody has ever hit exactly 55 home runs in the history of baseball. I repeat, 55 home run. The 55 home run total has never been hit on the dot. There have been 50. There have been 50 total 50-plus home run seasons. There's been 9 54-homer seasons with Ohtani. Ohtani hit 54 last year, hence. There's been 3 56-homer seasons, most recently by Ken Griffey Jr. in 1998. So we've had 3 56, and we've had 9 54 and 0 55s. Weird, huh? And I have good news, though. We got a guy who likes to do things that haven't been done before. So don't be surprised if that happens. Okay. All right. Before we get into our question and answer, a little bit of a somber, serious topic that I would like to get into right now. Some things that kind of came out recently with the launch of the Boston Red Sox new docuseries on Netflix called The Clubhouse: A Year with the Red Sox. I was really excited for this to come out. This is like a project. This is that type of thing that I would love to make someday or do something similar. I think it shows sides of players that you just simply will not see, even if you schedule something, even if you do podcasts with them. You're just not going to see a lot of these sides of these guys. So you see this picture. This is Jarren Duran, and he made quite the admission during the show. He said his on-field woes during the 2021 and 2022 seasons fueled his mental health struggles to the point that he actually attempted suicide. Now, this is no laughing matter. Mental health things are a major issue for a lot of people, and it's a spectrum that a lot of people are on. Most people are, actually. Whether it's anxiety or it's pressure or it's this fight or flight, constant fight or flight, feeling in your body. One thing that I learned about myself during my IL stint in 2023 for anxiety was the concept of the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic is your activation, like your basically fast switch, you're ready to go, and then parasympathetic is your relaxed nervous system. And it's like the two different ways, two different modes you're supposed to be in, and those are supposed to be balanced. It was very clear that I was always in sympathetic and never getting into parasympathetic. Even when I was sleeping, I wasn't. Like I'm never really relaxing, and that compiles, and it turns into this like everything is so you like are always white knuckling, and everything's so important all the time, but it's not. Like logically it's not, but you still feel like it is. He had a few things to say. This is actually kind of how he explained it. I was already hearing it from fans, said Duran during the Taki series. And what they said to me, it was like, I've told myself 10 times worse in the mirror. That was a really tough time for me. I didn't even want to be here anymore. Got to the point where I was sitting in my room. I had my rifle, and I had a bullet, and I pulled the trigger, and the gun clicked, and nothing happened. So he actually tried it, which is unfathomable for a lot of people. And I don't want to say that I've ever even been close to that level. But I do want to communicate that I have felt hopeless. Like I don't know how I don't know what to do. I don't know how to feel better or I don't know what this is, and I don't know how to do anything. And I'm a person who prides himself in learning how to do things. And then that causes frustration, which then makes it worse. And you get in this like feedback loop of you can't stop. And I think that's where so many of these feelings come from when you spin and you spin and you spin. And if you've never had to handle it before, it can feel like there's no options. And I hope that, first of all, the courage to say something like this on national television is incredible. So I tip the cap, and I commend him on that, because that shows so much growth. That shows how much work he's put in to work on these things and improve himself and put himself in a healthier place, that he's able to talk about it. And I think he's going to help a lot of people by doing that, especially young guys who play baseball and maybe see his life or death, even if they're 16, 17, 18 years old, or they see it as their only way to have a future. Like I know what I know what being out there giving up 3 runs and thinking that everyone on the planet hates me when nobody cares. Right? It's the weirdest thing, but like nobody cares. And it's just you can't get yourself through that just by telling yourself that. You need help sometimes. So I commend him for talking about it. And it sounds like it was an eye-opening situation. He saw the light. He saw that he had a second chance, was given a second chance, and he decided to take it. I'm really proud of him. I'm proud of him for doing this. I know that his altercation with the fan, where he said some pretty horrible slurs, I believe this is in 2022, maybe the very beginning of 2023. This was recently. That is a byproduct of these things sometimes, to where it seems like it escalated to a point super fast that it didn't need to get to for the context of what's happening, but we don't know what's going on in that other person's head. And so a lot of it makes sense now. So I hope he keeps to get the work he needs to get. And I hope everyone out there and everyone watching this and everyone in this channel right now also feels that that there is people that we do care about you, and I care about you. And if you need help, there are people that want to help you. And please tell someone, talk to people, find people that can help you as best you can. And just the faster you can be honest with them and with yourself, the better you will feel sooner. And tough times will never end. They never end. You're always going to feel something. It's part of living, part of being awake. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about that a little bit, because I think it's really important and it means a lot to me. All right. Okay. Let's answer some questions. Dave, did we get some questions from the chat today? Because I want to answer some questions. And thank you, David, for setting that up for us. So we appreciate that. Doing that information. All right. What was the dumbest thing you ever bought? Ooh. Do you know what Mike? So that I ever bought? I bought a lot of like little dumb stuff. I've never made a huge purchase that was like, why did I do that? Like, I've never bought a boat or something. So, but I will let me phrase it this way. I have a vice, and that's in-game purchases in video games. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna drop a bunch of money. So, like, I have every skin in Fortnite. I'm playing a mobile game right now called The Tower. That is just so dumb. It's the dumb, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna spend money, and I've been spending way too much money on it. One thing I used to do when I played, like on flights, right before I got on flights, I want to play some Hearthstone on my phone, which is a card game made by Blizzard around World of Warcraft. It's a card game, and I would buy like $300 worth of packs and just like open them for the first 30 minutes of stream. Just get my dopamine. Get my dopamine. It's awful. Don't do this. But like, that's the one thing. I don't go to casinos. I don't gamble. I do buy gems. I buy gems, and I want to pay to win in mobile games. I'm sorry. Those are the dumb things I buy. Okay. Do you think that what seems like an impending lockout is pushing some of the younger guys to get their deals now? Possibly. This has been talked about a lot out there. I don't know if it's affecting the guys taking the deals, but I do think it might be the effect might be from the offers. I think they're getting offered because of the impending possible lockout, and they want to get this stuff out of the way when this type of deal you're able to do it and the rules don't change in any meaningful way. Because if there is a lockout, there's going to be a lot of changes to the market. Double back-to-back lockouts is never happened actually. So I think it's a byproduct of that. I think that does factor in. Yes, I do think that factors in. I'm going to grab one, David, after you. I'm going to grab the next one because I see one that I want to make sure I get to. So I'll take the next one. While you're a Brady started the season one of the most unexpected storylines. To be honest, the guy was really good last year. I think he's really good player. But yeah, he's absolutely out of his mind. I mean, Edmundo Sosa's also being out of his mind in Philly. So, but yeah, that's one of the more unexpected things for me, for sure. Yes. I want to grab this one. I know you probably grabbed it, but Trevor, genuine curious, has MLB Network ever reached out about becoming an analyst? I talked to Mike Lowell yesterday, and he said it was a great gig. Feel like you'd be great at MLB Tonight and MLB Central. No, I haven't been reached out to them, but I got to be honest. It's not a skill thing. I just don't. I think I'm too critical of the league. I'm just too critical of the league, and they would rather not have that, which is completely fair. That makes sense. But it is owned by the commissioner's office has say in what they talk about. It is owned by the league, so I can't go. Like, let's just put it this way: there's no critiquing anything Rob does on that network, and I do that a lot. So I don't think that I don't want to say like I'm not going to think that I'm even on anyone's radar to where they care that much. But yeah, they're like, I'd rather not have Trevor. So that's probably not a ship that is going to sail for me. But that said, I do really like watching everyone over there. I think they all do a great job. And I'm not to say that anyone is like a bootlicker or like doesn't want to be critical. Like, they just don't feel super. That's just not the way that they want to cover the game, which is fine. It's fine. I'm a Libra. Justice. You know what I mean? So that's probably why. All right. Keep them coming, Dave. We got 6 more minutes. Craziest thing a teammate bought that you know they couldn't really afford. Dude, tons of stuff. We got guys buying huge houses. I don't know any specifics really, but like I got guys who like, there's been guys who like signed before they got to the major leagues, they bought like a $7 million house. They got like a loan to do it. I'm like, that is dumb. That happens a lot. Some guys, it's usually a house. It's usually a house way too fast. Because I'm going to be honest, salaries, you can afford just about everything else. Like, you can even buy like a Lamborghini and it not ruin you, even with rookie salary. That's weird to say. You know, that's like 50% of your salary for a whole year. But like, if you played 2 years in the major leagues, you'd be fine, probably. So like, it's usually not cars. It's usually like real estate, a house, or like a business, or like going all in on crypto or something. Like it's stupid, something dumb like that. So, but other than that, like, nah, not really. Not anything crazy. I mean, some guys have gotten hurt by cars later in their career, but that's it. Would you rather pitch to someone super short or very tall? Very tall. Are you kidding? I want a guy who swings so hard because he's gonna swing and miss. That's what I want. Short guys, dude. Altuve owned me. And I, to be honest, I didn't have great command. Never did. So, do you think players signing away a percentage of their career earnings? Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I didn't mean to read that. Woo, 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 woo. Rewind. Okay. Did you ever perceive differences in the ball over your career? Yeah. The balls in 19 were very different. I got it, guys. They were so different. The laces were so much higher. The balls were so much harder. It was kind of crazy, actually, once you get used to it. And yeah, pitchers can feel like, especially like when a ball's put in a humidor and like the inside absorbs water a little bit and then it expands and then it dries, the ball feels a little bit fluffy, like slightly fluffy, but like it just feels like bigger. And then it's not perfectly round sometimes. So like that, we get a ball and be like, no, that's weird. Some of them be oblong. It kind of becomes intuitive because you picked up so many balls. Giggity. 65 months, Betty. Yee. Thank you so much for your resubscription to the channel, bro. Appreciate you. 65, that's a good year. Good year, I mean number. It's a good number. Do you think young players signing away a percentage of their career earnings in exchange for cash in advance in the minor leagues is good or bad for players? It doesn't happen very often anymore. Fantex, like Tyler Duffy did Fantex. Miguel Sano did a Fantex deal, which you sign away 10% of your current career earnings to get paid up front. Those companies really aren't doing many deals anymore because it's just not paying off. So it's like kind of not, neither side's really worrying. It's not working out really for either side very often. So it's kind of going out the wayside. And generally, I didn't think it was a very good idea because it feels like a lose-lose. It's like, yeah, you guys get 10%, like that's fine, but like, how can you make real money that way? And then the players, like, you're just giving away 10% more of your money out on top of taxes. Like that sucks too, right? So I wasn't interested in doing it. I also wasn't offered one. So it is what it is. It is what it is. All right. As a Braves fan, I realize I am an enemy. No, you're not. You're fine. But that season between the Braves and the Mets where it came down to the wire was amazing. Thanks for a great season. Can you tell any stories from the season of Mets camp? Yeah. We hated you. But we hated you in the best way. Like, we wanted to beat you so bad. It was, I'll be honest, that rivalry was one of the most fun I've ever had too. That was so much fun. But we really we really wanted to beat you. In terms of stories, not really, because that doesn't really happen. Like, it's in terms of like against another team, like the stories, the big stories you often know about because they're happening like on the field. But I did have a time once where I had to warm up to close because Sugar Diaz came in the 8th, and then I warmed up to close. It got hot, and it said Sugar's going to go back out. I'm like, okay. So I got hot. I sat back down. I'm like, all right, I'm good for the day. And then he started getting trouble in the second inning, and then I had to get up again. And I have never not wanted to go in a game more. I was like, dude, if I go in, I'm blowing this. There's no fucking way. And thank God we got out of it because I would have, because I already decided. I'm like, I feel horrible. Once you got all your adrenaline out and then you had to try to get it back, dude, you only have so much. Oh, it was one of the worst days ever. That second time warming up was terrible. Terrible. What do you miss most from playing professionally? Income. No, I miss competing. I miss being the best, one of the best in the world at something. That's what I miss. Now I'm just do this. I'm just fat on camera for a living. What do you miss the least? Frickin' traveling. Oh my God, I hated it. And I still do. I still hate it. All right, guys. One more question, and then I am going to get stepping. Let's get that bottom one, that new one right there, Dave. Throw it in there. And today was such a good show. Oh, and also Florida. I hated Florida. Sorry. If you're from Florida, teach their own. But I would rather punch myself in the face and go back. With the fastball velocity average now, do you foresee plus off speed being more valuable than plus fastballs? I could see that swing happening. It kind of is already true. But It's plus off speed with velocity. That's the value. Sarris talks about it all the time. Stuff plus is the highest for really hard power off speed stuff, which we think power off speed stuff is actually what's getting people hurt the most, which might be true. But I think we're going to have a readjustment back to like a range of differences between velo and pitches. That's going to become more valuable. That's probably the next, because we're going to start seeing cycles of adjustments happening. Like the high fastball is going to come back when seekers start getting hit hard again, that kind of stuff. So, all right. All righty. We covered 1,000 things, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because we are so close to 100,000 subs. Actually, where are we? Someone in chat say where we are before I leave. We are like 98,000 something. We're almost to 100,000 subs. That means a Google Play button so that I can then feel like I'm good at something again. It's going to be incredible. So why don't guys with average velo throw splinkers? They might start doing that, Henry. It might start happening more because guys are figuring out splinkers more. All right. All right. I love you guys. I hope you all have a great rest of your day and rest of your week. As always, here on the channel, I do appreciate you. Go get your mug, or actually get your hat or your mug, mayday.shop. That is mayday.shop. We're going to do some fun stuff with the proceeds there as the year goes on, by the way, so just be aware of it. And drink your water, watch your baseball, and as always, I will see you next week on Mayday, a show about the show on Foul Territory Network and Trevor May Baseball YouTube channel, and as always on Twitch, I am Trevor May. Everyone who resubscribed, everyone who continues to come back, anyone who came in and is a member or left a super chat, thank you. I'm working on doing some special stuff for you guys as well. So I love you. Hope you have a great day, and I will see you next time on the channel. All right, see you. Bye.